And I said, I'll give you a percentage for success fee if I'm done, or if I can get it together for you. And sure enough, we spent another month fooling around with it and showing and talking and negotiating, and we got the deal done, and everybody was happy. They got more than they thought it was worth and that I thought it was worth. They had me negotiate it, take all the headaches away from them, and I stayed on. I didn't have to, but because the people were nice and they were paying me well. Okay, Tom Hill back, Strike Zone Studios here for our test podcast. Our new sponsor is Ives Bank. They have locations in Greater Waterbury, one on North Main at the corner of Chase Ave, another one down at 357 Bank Street in downtown Waterbury, all drive-throughs, and also they have one in Southbury, and then on top of that, another 14 branches in Greater Danbury. So happy to be there, and also I would like to let you know that I am one of the advisory board members and helped to bring them to Waterbury and did all their branches and help them with real estate on a regular basis. Now, we were talking about additional dwelling units, ADUs, which is a hot topic for having your elderly or your relative and attaching that to your existing house if you use Bob the Builder to get your permits or whoever your favorite GC might be. But I'd like to give you a little rundown on the commercial real estate business and where I've been lately. I'm a sole practitioner. My wife, Sandy, and I run a little boutique commercial real estate operation, and so here's what some of the things I've been seeing lately. I do a lot of referral business with general contractors, and one of my favorites, who's a premier industrial pre-engineered builder, I connected him with a Class A industrial manufacturer that wanted to buy a lot from me, but we couldn't fit the building on that particular lot. And I made a couple of introductions, and my friends, both the manufacturer and the builder, were able to create a brand new state-of-the-art 100,000-foot facility that runs 3 shifts in a local industrial park. So that was a nice win for everybody. Also, I closed another 7-acre parcel in the Naugatuck Industrial Park about 6 months ago that's being built or going to be built for a non-GO. It's a nonprofit that does utility work. And they're going to put a specialized maintenance facility with a lay-down yard. And it's a listing. It's funny. It's a listing I had for 30 years. But I kept my eye on it. It was a little hilly, etc. But sometimes these pieces of land, when there's not as much around, they come to the market or they catch up with the market in price and terms. So the tip was it pays to know where your inventory is and what's floating around because things change all the time. And my wife keeps a database with about 22,000 contacts in it. And we have various databases on property and what's happening in the area. So it does help to make specialized matches. And I was able to advise the seller on things to do to get it ready, what kind of sign to put up. And, we network out there on a regular basis. We do broadcast emails. So that's kind of what brought this transaction. That was the story behind the story. Interesting on the consulting side, about 65% of my practice is listing commercial buildings exclusively and some farms and land. Every year or two I sell something in Litchfield County. And so I've been working with a lot of attorneys, and I got referred from a developer, a nonprofit group that had some human resource attorneys, and they had no idea how to handle a large building that one of their employees had bought and put it in their name, and they didn't even know it. And the building was out of play, trouble. And they hired me to go up and do a written broker's opinion of value, which was a fee, and I got that done in about a week because I kind of knew where the building was, and I was able to, like Bob said, with his building inspectors and meeting people in person, I went to the building personally, walked through every inch of it, and got a handle on it. Then I did some market research in the area and came up with their broker's opinion of value. From there, they said, "Oh, we like that. We like your style. We have 2 buyers that want to buy this." And they were both residential agents for a large commercial building. So they said, as lawyers, this is not what we do. How much would you charge us to meet the buyers, show the building, look at their offers, analyze them, and advise us if we should go with either one of them? And I said, great, right up my alley. So I did a combination of another fee for time, proposed on time and expenses, and I said I'll give you a percentage for success fee if I'm done, or if I can get it together for you. And sure enough, we spent another month fooling around with it and showing and talking and negotiating, and we got the deal done. And everybody was happy. They got more than they thought it was worth and that I thought it was worth. They had me negotiate it, take all the headaches away from them, and I stayed on. I didn't have to, but because the people were nice and they were paying me well and listening to me, I stayed on longer and made sure it closed, and that way everybody was really happy. Because in real estate, that's really where it counts, the closings. That's where the money all changes hands.
Today's episode is underwritten by Ives Bank.
We're back at the Ives Bank one-on-one finals between UConn's KK Arnold and Morgan Shelley. KK at the top, drives right, pulls up for a jumper, counted. She must have an account at Ives Bank because she can make a deposit from anywhere. Shelley with the ball, takes it to the hoop. She answers, just like Ives Bank mobile banking. Fast, secure access wherever you are. With Ives Bank, you're always in the game.
But then again, not everybody needs a broker. Many people need real estate services for what problems they may be having. They might need property management advice. They might need a new mortgage. They might have environmental problems. As Bob was saying, they might not need an engineer to figure out if they can put an addition on. So I've been in the business 41 years and have so much experience in so many areas that the consulting practice has become 35% of my practice now, and I do very much enjoy solving problems. Moving right on down the line, I do a lot of work in the environmental area, and we have brownfields all over Connecticut. A lot of legacy problems that have problems from 100 years ago, and we also have recently changed the laws, and my SIOR group, Society of Industrial and Office Realtors, was part of a working group with the Department of Economic and Community Development, or actually the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection. And we worked with them to try to come up with new laws to revise and partially remove the Connecticut Transfer Act and go to a spill reporting system. So I keep a list of honorable licensed environmental professionals on our database, including lawyers that specialize in environmental. And the law business has morphed. There's not nearly as many general practitioners as there used to be. The law business has moved to all specialties. People who specialize in commercial real estate, people who specialize in environmental, people who specialize in commercial business, others that do litigation. The lawyers I talked to about a few minutes ago did human resources. So good to know who the lawyers are, what the specialties are, because as a generalist in my practice of meeting a lot of people, I've added to my list, if I can't help you, I know who can. So that's the little story about the environmental conditions in Connecticut at the present time. The Connecticut Transfer Act is not gone. If your business or your building, your business could be your business too, is stuck in that, we're starting a new working group. I was speaking with an environmental lawyer colleague of mine who's also an SIOR, and she was informing me that the new working groups are starting for the second phase of the revising and removal of the Transfer Act, and we'll be on that. And she was asking me specifically of problems, opportunities, new things I see out there that cause trouble with a transaction, to keep reporting them into the working groups, because on the working group there's also all types of state representatives that are going to try to help us legally in the legislature with rules and regulations that are going to apply to the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection. So that's an ongoing story. We thought it was going to be gone 10 years ago, but it's not. So it's a bureaucracy. I know that they're trying to do the right things, but you'll see in any parts of any governments, local, state, regional, and nationally, bureaucracies don't move quick, and it's always a challenge of the people that are the end users, like the business people that have to use these rules and regulations. That's why many of us get involved in these working groups, meet lobbyists, donate to our favorite state representative or whoever we think we want to go for, whether it's national, regional, city, because you got to know what's going on around you, because it does, laws and regulations affect your business and affect all the people that work for you. On the financing side, money, most transactions, funny, my friend Ralph Richard, who was with Ives Bank for a long time, now he's doing SBA loans to specialize. I asked him one time in front of a big group of certified commercial investment members, CCIM, that's my red pin, and the silver pin is Society of Industrial and Office Realtors, both international commercial real estate designations. I asked Ralph, how many people actually pay cash for a building? And he said, Tom, we're lucky if it's 10%. everybody borrows money to buy a building or a house. It's very rare. And if you think you're going to sell a building to cash for someone, that party that has the cash is going to want the applicable discount for using their cash. So always got to kind of do your homework and see what the numbers are and what the value is. But on the financing side, I'm finding that all the banks are lending again, but they all have different criteria. And we'll talk in future podcasts starting next week. We'll talk in detail about Ives Bank and their policy and how they loan money in all different kind of applications. And they have, though, become very successful at identifying risk in loan applications to make sure. What does that mean? To make sure they're going to get paid back. And we've talked about this on my podcast, on my old 30-year radio show at WATR. Actually, it was 35 years with Tom Shute at WATR in Waterbury. The banks loan you money. You sign a piece of paper that says you will pay them back as approved. So whenever you're going to a bank, you need to remember they want to get paid back, so they're going to underwrite you. Some of them are going to shake you by your ankles to make sure you can actually pay them back. And, I mean, guess what? If you can buy something that's on the money and you can ride the inflation train, you can collect rents, you can run your business there, then most likely if you do it right, you can pay the bank back, and you're going to want to use them over and over again. So interesting little situation. But they are picky, and they prefer to pass the risk off to you, so you have to know that when you're going in to make your application for a loan. Okay, so for me, where am I at these days? I've been in the CRE business for 41 years. My phone number is 203-755-HILL. The reason I say that is so people remember it. It rings every day. I have signs out around a 20-mile ring that if you want to see a property that we have listed. So I get calls every day, and leave a message if we don't pick up. As I can't answer my cell phone while I'm driving, so my 755-HILL line rings at my desk, and we check the voicemail. If I'm there, I answer it, and if we're not, we check the voicemail twice every day and return all calls. What else? Oh, we're big into the marketing, social media, direct mail, broadcast email. A lot of media appearances. I still do this podcast, and for the time that we haven't been doing the podcast in about the last 8 or 12 weeks, I did go to Brass City TV, and myself and my guest and producer, John Frasco, who's been on the Strike Zone Studio podcast, he's a private lender and a real good guy at math. We've been doing television every Thursday night live at Brass City TV, which is in Greater Waterbury. It's a Comcast station. And we have those shows posted on TomHillRadio.com. But what I'm talking about is visibility for my commercial real estate business. I belong to many industry trade associations. I'll be going to the New Haven Commercial Investment Dinner tonight. They give out awards to the best deals of last year. And I'll have a 15-minute talk on the podium with some success stories there this morning. It'll be dinner. It'll be a reception, and it's really cool to see who won the awards for what deals over the years in all different commercial real estate categories: apartments, industrial, office, multifamily, some business transactions. And as a person in the audience, you'll learn a lot of what's trading, how much they might have sold for, and what these professional agents that belong to the New Haven CID did to get the transaction together. So heading down there in just a little while. And one thing is we are a small niche, commercial brokerage agency at Tom Hill Realty and Investment with my lovely wife, Sandy. We have on all our material, if we can't help you, we know who can. So we're always looking to steer people. There's no charge for a consultation to see what your situation is, what your problem might be, what your opportunity might be that you're looking for. We're happy to talk to everybody. We like face-to-face, and if we can't do it, we'll introduce you warmly to somebody else. And that's about it for now. If we had live phone calls, I'd say, please call me now here. I'm Tom Hill. My telephone number is 203-755-HILL. That's 4455. Websites are tomhill.com for commercial real estate, and for the radio and television, tomhillradio.com. And you can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, et cetera, et cetera. So thanks for tuning in. See you next week with Ives Bank and a series of shows on commercial residential lending and being in the banking business. Thanks a lot.